Welcome to the Fashion Translator. I'm Claire, your host. Together we explore how AI and innovation are reshaping the fashion industry through creativity, technology, and global partnership. For today's episode, I'm delighted to welcome Junius Valentine, Head of Brand and Content.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Please introduce yourself and the company.
Again, my name is Junius I work at Jordan Craig currently. I'm head of brand and content over there. So pretty much putting together everything as far as boosting the brand, collaborations, working with the marketing team and all aspects of the business. Yeah, so it's a cool company. I love it here.
Nice. Tell us a bit more about your background and what took you, like your journey towards reaching Jordan Craig's.
Yeah, well, for the past 20 years, I've traveled the world sitting down with some of the most influential people known to man, find out how they do things and how they create. Prior to that, I've used that information pretty much for myself, but I realized I needed to share it with others. And I've been able to utilize that in all aspects of the brand at Jordan Craig, help elevate the brand, help make the brand stronger, and just use that information to build connections between people and communities.
Amazing. In terms of community, which ones brings the strongest engagement these days for you?
Community means a lot of different things. I think community could be people, but community is also an energy that you bring, right? And I think that finding the common denominator and finding the threads of where we overlap and share, likes is really where you build community. So that's really where it is. I feel like community, the strongest is men. The strongest is, lean to everyone is strong. We have such a unique customer base. Like, I was logging on to People magazine and I see Brad Pitt and Jordan Craig. I'm watching videos and I see NLE Choppa in Jordan Craig. We have such a unique fan base. I'm in the DMs and Zach Braff is messaging us. I'm in the DMs and Mark from The Real World is messaging us. We have so many people who wear our clothes, and it's really amazing to see just like how many people are touched by the designs and the influence of the brand.
Yes, I feel like the brand storytelling is very strong. Can you expand a bit on that and tell us how it plays out also when the trends comes in, or like you mentioned, several celebrity?
Yeah. Well, when it comes to storytelling about the brand's been around since '89, so it speaks for itself. We've been a part of the community, been a part of the culture for so long that, it really speaks for itself. So it's easy to tell a story when the story is just right in front of you. You know what I mean? The people really care about the items. We care about the brand. We care about the process. So seeing everyone works is just amazing. So it's easy to tell that story. And plus, clothing is so unique. It resonates in all aspects of culture. We just saw last weekend, there was a big fight, Canelo Alvarez and Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford walked to the ring in off-white and Canelo Alvarez walked into the ring with a Amiri. Fashion is everywhere. Brands are everywhere. And we strive to be a part of it.
Aside from apparel, is there other product category that you would see the brand expanding into?
Well, we expanded into jewelry last year, and that's been super fun and innovative. So to breaking into jewelry, we also broke it into bags as well, and plan to bring that back. And just really building out our accessories line.
Amazing. How about footwear, maybe?
We have a sneaker as well. We just launched a sneaker as well. So you can get your Jordan Craig branded sneakers too.
Yeah. I noticed it. I felt it stand out, and I was curious to see how it's performing, and if it's something that would be expanded on. I feel like footwear and even socks, those are kind of things that are fun to play with.
Yeah, I'm a huge sock person, to be honest. Like I have all types of unique socks, and I just love vintage socks. So yeah, socks are something that we also dabble in as well, and taking small swings, small safe swings right now, but we're looking to expand all that in the future.
Interesting. And in terms of the marketing side of things, can you tell us more about what your projections are going and what works well for you in terms of, like, if I'm thinking about trends, not necessarily only in terms of colors or in terms of shapes, but there's also trends in marketing. What are your observation on that side?
Yeah, the production teams, when it comes to that, they're always on top of things, seeing what's hot in the streets, being a part of the culture, going to the conferences, always, you know, with their finger on the pulse. You know what I mean? We have a team of hungry designers who really, really are a part of the culture. We have designers from Brooklyn, designers from Harlem, designers from Germany. We have designers all over the place who really just, are trying their best to stay a part of the culture and bring in designs, and you know we're open to ideas, you know what I mean, like, and I think the beauty of it is when you hire great people and you get out of their way and you let them create, and that's what we do here at Jordan
Mhm.
Craig. We really just allow the talented people that we hire to be talented. I think that's the best way
Amazing.
to create.
I agree, to have each individual be allowed to shine within the skill set that they perform best. That
Yeah,
key to
I have a
success.
saying. Exactly. I have a saying. My barber, this was a long, I was like 20 years old. I'm about to turn 46. My barber got kicked out of his house. And I said, I'm never home. I work in an hour away. You can sleep on my couch. So he would come and he would, have his drink and he would draw these beautiful pictures. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. So, and with pencil too, it was these beautiful pictures he would draw with like all these types of pencils. And I said, can you draw this picture of me and my daughter? And he said, no. I was like, wait, I'm letting you say, how's you gonna tell me no? And he said to me, I don't go to the store for people. Claire, I don't remember if your mother ever sent you to the store when you were younger, but my mother would give me a list and I would have to bring back eggs, soda, juice, bread, have to bring back everything on a list. And he told me, he said, I don't go to the store for people. And I was like, oh, well, I get it. Like, you're an artist, you want to create. So a couple weeks later, I see him drawing this picture and my daughter's face is there. And then my face comes out and he drew it inside of this thing. I was like, oh, that's what it means to let the artist be the artist. He could have easily drew this boring picture of me and my daughter on the couch, but instead he transformed it into something beautiful. And I think a lot of bosses, they get this tunnel vision to where they think about this one thing and they want this one thing rather than getting out of people's way and allowing them to create. And also, as an artist too, you have to be aware and able to take criticism, but also allowing someone, you don't want your home run hitter to bunt, you want your home run hitter to hit home runs. And I think letting an artist be an artist is a great way to lead and to build a business.
I think that's very true. I couldn't have said it better. Yeah. And often what happens is that when you open this up and you give space, you get so much more than what was that one thing that you initially wanted. Because those are things you would not have conceptually put into thought. You have this bigger vision of what you want, but then you put it into thought and you end up narrowing down for something that could have expanded on exponentially.
Yeah. Exactly. I have a saying, it doesn't matter how you get there, just get there. And I want you to be creative on how you get there. But at the end of the product, at the end of the day, if I ask for a shirt or a pair of jeans or a creative piece that's promoting, our new Jordan Craig shirt, however you decide to do it is going to be the magic. And that's how we co-create, right? I chose you to pick this and hey, film this there and then create something beautiful. And how you created it is where the magic is going to be.
Couldn't agree more. And I feel this is also something that applies to not only artists but other departments and I ultimately every facet of a company.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I have friends in other aspects of creating and even business, and their bosses micromanage them. And I'm like, you hired this talented person, allow them to be talented, allow them to make you money. And I think more people should have that privilege. And I pray that people, get that privilege to be able to just be allowed to shine. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. And if we look at art, how it plays out with streetwear culture, where do you see both of those things evolving, like intertwined together going forward?
Yeah,
Where do you see the trends going?
I think fashion and art are forever intertwined. We have a pair of jeans that I literally just posted a video on today, where they have paint splatter on the back of the jeans. I think art and fashion are forever intertwined, and I think trends go wherever they go, right? And I think everything is a trend. I think being unique is truly the best way you could be a high fashion person, right? It's just to be as
Mhm.
unique as possible, and I think that's where the power is.
Yes, that's very true. Is there certain uh collaboration that you guys are planning toward the future, or that you would be excited to introduce, or like certain artist features?
Yeah. We have a bunch of collaborations in the work that I can't really talk about right now. But what I can tell you is that we just collaborated with Swerve Strickland, a former AEW champion. He's an AEW wrestler. And we were making a lot of his jackets to come down to the ring. So even today, if you turn on HBO, you'll see Jordan Craig there. Another collaboration that we did was with Braun Strowman from WrestleMania. Jordan Craig was in front of 100,000 people on the grandest stage of them all. We have a 7'6", 300-pound guy um, doing suplexes and jumping off the top rope in our jeans to show you how strong they are. And I think those type of collaborations, those type of unique things are really where the beauty and the power lies, and just creating more of those, reaching out to people and seeing where we can work together, seeing where there's synergies, and then making it happen.
Amazing. Yeah. And is there, so we covered collaboration, we covered new maybe category to expand on. Is there something else that you want to share with the audience regarding things that you haven't heard or that excites you about Jordan Craig?
No, we've collaborated with a bunch of influencers. We have C King from MTV's Wildin' Out. We have Andrea Pasta, Gigi the Siren, A Jizzo, Sofrita Lala, and Alfonso Alexander. These are 6 influencers who have their finger on the pulse of the culture, who are constantly going viral. And we collaborate with them because when you're able to be in front of an audience, and a part of the entertainment aspect of media, social media is a big form about entertainment and value, and blending that and finding that dance. I've been able to take Jordan Craig. When I started, we had about 150,000 followers. So we've added 100,000 followers over the last couple of years, right? Almost doubling the audience that are subscribed to us. So I think being a part of the entertainment collab and collaborating with influencers and getting people to create UGC is really where, marketing is going in the next few years. It's already there.
It is. And how would you say does technology and AI comes into play from your side of the business?
In every aspect of it, right? I think finding ways to capitalize off of AI is super important, right? It's growing and going so fast. But
It
also with
is.
that, not being afraid of AI, but also not being afraid to be vulnerable, to be authentic, to be imperfect. I think that is where the magic is, because the beauty of being human is that no one is perfect. And that's what makes us unique, is our imperfections. So tapping into that and finding the balance of using technology, but also using human power and balancing
Mhm.
it in that way. I think we are using AI in a bunch of creative ways, and looking for ways to use it in more ways. We have like an AI chatbot. We have a bunch of other stuff like that. Um, so yeah, just utilizing it as well, but also having real human connection is super key and super authentic.
Yeah, I agree. I think if they are leveled, like even stacked on top of each other, like you can utilize certain part that would be tech or AI powered, and then you
Yeah.
add the human touch to this, and then you facilitate it with AI. I think that the possibilities are endless. And I feel going forward, this is really, it's always going to be the right way to do this.
Yeah. I use AI to help me storyboard one of our commercials as well. Just trying to figure out the lighting and trying to figure out, what angles or what it would look like with different outfits. So I think AI can come in handy in a lot of other ways if you get creative with it.
Absolutely. And it frees up time of the boring task to give even more space to creativity. I think that's one of the beautiful aspects of it.
Yeah.
So, Junius, thank you so much for having us today.
Thank you for having me on your show. I had a great time.
My pleasure.